Texas, and football games are no exception. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday Night Football, game one of a doubleheader. And we are at Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas, for a battle of the unbeatens. It's the 1-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Baker Mayfield, hitting the road, taking on C.J. Stroud and the 1-0 Houston Texans. Looking forward to a great game today between two high-octane offenses, including a disastrous three-headed monster at the wide receiver position of Tampa Bay, and a new and improved run game in Houston with the recent addition of Nick Chubb at running back 2. Looking forward to these two teams showing off here in one of two live streams tonight, live and free on MSG Productions. Houston will open up with the football, and with the kick of Chase McLaughlin, we are underway from Houston. Short kick returnable for Braxton Berrios from the 7-yard line, and he is buried at the 29. Here comes C.J. Stroud. Houston had a relatively close Week 1 victory, a one-score game the entire way. With the Los Angeles Rams, they took a 21-17 road victory, sealing the deal with an INT late. As we welcome everybody joining me, SM John Zeller, Silver Knight, Sid Soryu, Lav, and everybody else joining me throughout. And here we go. Joe Mixon begins at tailback and gets the handoff right to number 28, 8-yard pickup on the opening play. And these jerseys for Houston are looking crisp tonight. First home game of the season. Ducking yesterday, yeah, I had a little bit of a pet emergency type of deal, but all resolved now, all good, no worries. Joe Mixon picks up 8 on his first carry. Former Bengal now in motion. Stroud going to fire his first pass downfield, and that is hauled into the 41-yard line. Beautiful connection with Christian Kirk, a new addition for the Houston Texans, and they will have to use him very heavily without Tank Dell likely for the first half of the season, if not more. So him and Jaden Higgins, the rookie out of Iowa State, going to see the football quite a bit in all likelihood. Stroud now from enemy territory, firing this one downfield, hauled in by Nico Collins. And that Buckeye to Wolverine connection thriving yet again. What up, Trey? Michael Vick, I guess I cannot factually state whether or not that is the truth. But based on recent conclusions, I think I can rule that one out. Collins picks up 9 on his opening catch. Joe Mixon awaiting a handoff here. He'll have to wait another play. Check down caught by Dalton Schultz, and he will move the chains. Former Dallas Cowboy remaining in the Lone Star State, and he has his opening catch here. 2 minutes into the first quarter, breaking down this Texan offense. Already did it pretty well for the most part. Stroud and Davis Mills at quarterback. Mixon and Nick Chubb. Collins, Kirk, and Higgins at wide receiver. Schultz and Brevin Jordan at tight end. Stroud stepping up in the pocket, taken down by Big Vita Vea. And the Tampa Bay defense waking up on their opening drive, a loss of 3. Drive Stroud back to the 28-yard line. Kyle Trask sighting right there. How about that? Florida Gator, a represent. I think Tank Dell might be done. It honestly might be one of those cases, unfortunately. Stroud loses 3 on his first sack. High snap is collected, and he is sacked again. Yaya Diaby. Back-to-back for Tampa Bay. They are getting hungry, and food is wearing number 7 in blue. Wow, that was a powerful sack right there. Puts the left tackle on his backside and continues to do that. It's the Houston Texans with C.J. Stroud. Herbert Masterclass going to push me all the way to first. It might. In the blink of an eye, it is 3rd and 22. Tampa Bay rushing 6, and they're going to get home for the 3rd time in a row. Devastating pass rush right now from the Buccaneers. Dennis gets that one. Diaby gets the previous, and it all started with Vita Vea at number 50. They may have just sacked themselves out of field goal range here. That is wild. O-line picked up where it left off, so it seems. Goodness. And they will punt. Tommy Townsend on 4th and 30. Gets this one away. It is shanked poorly out of bounds at the 22. A disastrous 4 plays there for the Houston Texans. And here comes Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Been a while since we have seen them in action. Third game of the season in their win over the Atlanta Falcons on the road, 23-17, in a back-and-forth battle there. Buccaneers will have to wait an extra week for a home game. Looking to go 2-0 in this road stretch. Baker Mayfield off the bootleg on the opening play. Going to check this one down, incomplete. Hauled into the 26-yard line. And I believe that was Emeka Egbuka, the Ohio State Buckeye. One of the more questionable first-round picks taken by the Buccaneers, especially with a heavily reliable wide receiver 3 in Jalen McMillan. They move, though. Still got the veterans in Godwin and Evans on this offense, so why not add another target? Here goes Rachaad White breaking free, his opening carry, going for 12. Tampa's opening first down will push them up to right around the 40-yard line. You consider starting Cousins next week? At this point, I can't say I will. Houston showing like they're going to bring some pressure here, and they will drop their linebackers. Here goes Bucky Irving to the outside. He'll lose a yard on his first carry. Well played there by this Houston defense, which we will break down now. Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter, Tim Settle Jr., Folaronzo Fatakasi, Henry To'o, Aziz Al-Shire, Christian Harris, Derek Stingley Jr., Kamari Lassiter, Jalen Petrie, Kalen Bullock, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson make up the starting 11 for the Houston defense. Handoff right back to Bucky Irving, this time going upfield in the right direction, and the vision from Irving, pulling away, he will go the full 63 yards. Buccaneers strike first. Man, I love Bucky Irving. And it continues. The patience pays off for number 7. Lost a yard on that earlier carry. Gets that back and plenty more. Number 7 for 7. Shout out Bucky Irving. Gotta love it. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers strike first. For those that don't know, Bucky Irving had a punt return touchdown last year in week 2. Made me fall in love with Bucky Irving. Admittedly, had him in fantasy last year, and that guy, a one-man army, let me tell you. Extra point up and good. Tampa Bay goes 4 plays, 78 yards into the end zone. I think continually would be cool. I mean, I had thought about it before, but problem is, I think it's like 85 to 90% of my audience is not subscribed, so I should probably tell people to subscribe more. But that would kind of cause some disruption and confusion, because you even saw potentially last week in the live chat, some guy came in here during the final drive and was like, why is Kirk Cousins in the game? Even at that point, it's kind of an issue, but I'd like to keep it on a game-to-game basis. Berrios on the return for Houston. Going left side, and no more room there than was in the middle. C.J. Stroud taken back over after committing 3 straight losses. With all of the help his offensive line gives him, you can't blame the guy. Bucky legit might have been the most exciting player to root for in fantasy last season. Oh, for sure. And Rachaad White stole so many touchdowns, too. Stroud under center, getting the second drive underway for the Houston Texans. It's a handoff to Joe Mixon. Looking to replicate what Bucky Irving did. And he only picks up 2. Yeah, let's get the likes going. Obviously, if you have not yet already, subs, what are you doing? As Santori, you mentioned. Not a whole lot of action early on in the stream. Should have a large crowd by the second game, we hope. Nico Collins winding up at the top of the screen this time. Extra big man in the game. Brevin Jordan and Dalton Schultz here in a 2 tight end set. Play clock down to 6. C.J. Stroud sets his feet now, rolls and fires right side. And Christian Kirk catches his second football. That's a pickup of 6, and Houston another play closer to a first down. See if Tampa Bay wants to bring pressure again. They have succeeded every time they have. May as well give it a look here on a 3rd and 2 for C.J. Stroud from the shotgun. We'll hand this one off, or no, it's an RPO. Left side to Brevin Jordan, full knee, and they'll pick up the first down. Works out nicely. Brevin Jordan, a guy that might be getting replaced here in the future by Cade Stover. We'll see how the injuries play a factor into that. Just never got a lot of the tight end 2 reps last season due to the Bretton Jordan injury. Just an injured offense all around. That was inevitably their downfall. Come Kansas City, that's an interception. Hauled in by Levante David, and returnability up to the 31-yard line. Wow. Tampa Bay with the opening turnover. Not a good way to open up in front of your home fans. C.J. Stroud takes 3 sacks and then fires an interception on the very next drive. Stroud just not on it today, so it seems. What up, A-Rod? Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers take it over at the 31-yard line. Bucky Irving trying to get his paws right back on the football as soon as possible. I'm here for it. Why not? Mayfield opens up from the gun here. Sets his tight end in motion. 31 yards away from the end zone. Little RPO is dropped by Mike Evans. Uncharacteristic from a future Hall of Famer who clinched his 12th 1,000-yard season last year. Such an awesome moment, actually. One of my favorites of the entire year. A-Rod turned up at the perfect time, didn't he? Mike Evans watching that one go right through his hands and down to the ground. Sets up a 2nd and 10. Mayfield going to hand off to Bucky Irvin, looking for another touchdown. And he will settle for 3 on his 3rd carry. Can Mike Evans pass Jerry Rice for the record? He still can. I mean, it depends what record you're talking about. I'm not sure if the yards will ever get broken. Texans looking to pitch a 3-and-out here. Would be huge inside their own half. Baker Mayfield being pressured down the middle he goes, and he finds Chris Godwin. Wide receiver 2 inside the 10-yard line. And Ibuka right there to greet him. Ball to the 8. 2 to go in the first quarter. And Tampa Bay looking like they're about to take a commanding lead early on. Quick first quarter, which I don't mind in a doubleheader night. Going smooth thus far. Mayfield making an adjustment at the line here. On 1st and goal, right side, nearly intercepted. Somehow held on to. Heroic effort, though, from Derek Stingley. Wow. Almost had the sickest pick of the year right there. A little bit something else. A Davis Mills sighting. Stanford alum. There you have it. Mayfield to the pistol. Rashad White in the game. For Bucky Irving, gets the handoff and gets to the end zone. Tampa Bay doubles up. Dead silence inside of NRG Stadium. Wow. Battle of 2 teams that wound up in the postseason last year. Tampa Bay showing why the NFC has the top dogs. Why not? Need to bounce back next pick'em. I'm actually not sure anyone is going to finish with a winning record. Let me check to see today what the pick'em distribution is, because I'm curious as Chase McLaughlin will put this one up and through. Tampa Bay ahead 14-0. 5-play, 32-yard drive off the C.J. Stroud interception. 24 pick'ems in right now for week 3, which is 12 less than what we had for week 2. So if you know somebody that has not done their pick'em yet, make sure you nudge them. If you're in chat and you haven't done your pick'em yet, go to the community tab or the pick'em link tab in the Discord, and you will find it there. Let's take a look at the distribution for tonight. 18-18. Forgot about this. This is a 50-50 game on Monday Night Football. And tonight, 22-14 in favor of LA. Should make for quite the intriguing 2 games. Braxton Berrios on the return. And he is just trying to find the 30-yard line here. No such luck. A yard short. C.J. Stroud back to it. Looked like Houston had a guaranteed 3 and a possible 7 on their opening drive, and that goes 20 yards the wrong direction. Lines up a punt. Buccaneers take that one all the way, and then Stroud fires the interception. Same story with a different pattern. Stroud trying to bounce back from the interception. Low snap right back down the middle, and that is hauled in up to the 34-yard line. And that is that Jaden Higgins? Hang on, let me double check. Might have that wrong. Jaden Higgins' number. That is Jaden Higgins, the rookie. Gets his first catch here of week number 2. Had one last week as well. Brevin Jordan right back into the action. Another first down catch and run. Sounds good, Sid. So are you going to provide the live commentary as per usual? Rashad White Vulture, always. This guy gets it, man. As a Bucky Irving fantasy owner, man. Time is ticking away here in the opening quarter. Should be our final play of an exciting opening 10 minutes. Right down the middle, back to Christian Kirk, former Jaguar, in on the action. His third catch of the period. And so momentum brewing here for Houston. As we head to quarter number 2, it's all Tampa Bay, though. Up 14-0. Each tailback with a rushing touchdown after one. Fresh 10 on the clock. 2 receivers left and right for C.J. Stroud from the empty. Pocket already collapsing. Hit as he fires a completion to the sideline. Helped up there by his defender. Even if I win both games tonight, going to be 2 games under 500. Yeah, this week has been in particularly brutal to everyone. I'm not sure I've ever seen a week that has been this bad to a collective bunch, but it sure has. Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, and Jaden Higgins to the right side of Stroud. He'll find his rookie for the first down, upended by Levante David. Another big-time hit. Man. These linebackers, no room for error offensively. They will take everything they can get right around where Houston was earlier before the opening drive turned to disaster. Stroud, quick fire down the middle as the rookie pulls away. Back-to-back first down receptions. Stroud over 100 yards passing. And first and 10 from the 10-yard line. Somehow not first and goal. I'm sure that'll change here in a moment. What up, Retro? 63-yard Bucky Irving touchdown. Stroud interception. And Rashad White walked it in from inside the 5. Texans trying to get on the board here on their third possession. Here's Stroud off the bootleg. Steps into a throw back corner of the end zone. Overshoots Brevin Jordan. Terrific effort, though, from the big side end. Nico's a quiet game tonight. I might just take him for next week. Bounce back effect. You are correct. Sometimes you got to take that into account. The hot hand is not always hot, especially in a game like Madden with a ton of variance. 3 receiver, 1 tight end set here on second and 10. Joe Mixon motioned out as a receiver here. Stroud wants the empty backfield. Fires to the end zone. Wide open, but incomplete. Higgins couldn't get the feet down. How disappointing. Rookie nearly had his first touchdown. They'll have to wait. I don't know. That was close. Might take a second look at this one potentially. And yeah, we will absolutely get a challenge on that one. Texans believe that Higgins got his feet down for the touchdown. We will take a look at the replay. It's all about the front foot with the left toes here. And from this angle, looks to be in bounds. This should get overturned. I think it will. Yes, I agree. What up, long time no see, boss? Good to have you in here. And as expected, call is overturned. Houston on the board, and the rookie into the end zone. All right, Texans bring it back within a possession. Here we go. Fairbairn is on for the extra point. And he will cut the lead down to 7. Yes, I agree. Bingo. There it is. Very interesting there. I think Madden has a glitch in the mechanics where if a team wins a challenge that is overturned to a touchdown, the defense actually just stays on the field and hops into a formation, because that was not the special teams of Tampa Bay. That was their starting 11 on defense. Very weird. But again, stuff that programming shouldn't have errors with. Madden just finds a way. It's time again, though. So to some degree, that might be a bingo, if you wish. Fairbairn is on for the kickoff after making the extra point. And now the Buccaneers turn to look for another touchdown up to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield taking back over. What up, Chili? 8:32 left in the opening half. Sonic Racing remix of the Afterburner theme will not be disappointed. I'm a big fan of, like, variety in music, so you know what? Remind me after the second stream. Try to check it out. Crowd back into it here as Houston on the board. Lead is cut down to 7. Buccaneers try to repair it and get it back up to a full 14. Mayfield quick fire right side, wide open. Emeka Egbuka, the rookie Buckeye, for a pickup of 14. Good tackle made there on the rookie. A little bit late to the party, though, was Derek Stingley. Some supposed to pick. A-Rod denies claims. The dangerous one, Mike Evans in press coverage up top. But a run-heavy formation here for Tampa Bay. Means that Bucky Irvin getting the football, cutting it left side, looking for a gap. He had a one-man to beat before he was breaking free again. Kalen Bullock on the tackle. Been a heck of an effort today from Bucky Irvin. Had a pretty good week one as well. And I believe he holds the longest rushing touchdown of the year thus far. Shotgun here for Baker. Four-man rush of Houston. Quick pass out there, caught by his tight end, Cade Otton. And he will dive forward, pick it up 4. Third and manageable. Coming up. Is there an address the nation tonight? I had no idea. Yeah, you'd think I'd get more into politics as I get older. It's quite the opposite. 3rd and 3, crowd is alive here at NRG Stadium, and Baker Mayfield is buried alive. 8-yard sack on the play, Houston. Right back to it, Jalen Petrie off the edge, finds his first. Poor Baker. Shocked he held onto the football, actually. Very easily could have been a fumble. Stop is right where it had to happen for Houston, forcing a punt right before the Buccaneers get into range. Kick coming up here for Riley Dixon. Former Denver Bronco gets this one away. And a fair catch called for by Braxton Berrios at the 17. C.J. Stroud with a chance to tie the game here. 6:37 to go in the second quarter. Would be quite the comeback on a personal and a team level. After trailing by 14 due to his interception. Play action on 3rd down Madden almost never works true. You make a good case there. Joe Mixon awaits the handoff. Right side, got some good blocking. And he'll pick up 6 on his first carry. Of the 4th Houston drive, still no signs yet of Nick Chubb. How much longer will that last, though? Guy that is high ceiling and low floor due to his injury. But in his prime, boy, was he something special. Houston trying to find some more nostalgia. And number 21, first time he's worn that number since high school. C.J. Stroud stepping up in the pocket, lunges, and he'll be inches short. Gotta wake up at 6 tomorrow to work at the church as well. Oklahoma church attendance will be up like 50% with Game 7 tomorrow. Yes, it's really gonna happen. That's hilarious. That is funny. Well, for your sake, hopefully OKC does well. I'm impartial. Don't really care what happens, but we'll see. 3rd and inches here for Houston. Fake handoff, and now a handoff will be given to Joe Mixon, upended and taken down for a loss of 2. Wow. Disappointing end to a promising potential tie game for Houston. That's why I'm going early. There you go. Tommy Townsend on for the punt here. Former Kansas City Chiefs, 2nd year with the Houston Texans. And that's a pretty good kick, but returnable for Trey Palmer, who was eaten alive at the 36-yard line. Usually go at 9. That's valid. 5 minutes exactly to go here in the second quarter. Going to throw a live poll up probably around halftime if the game wants to remain close for us. We'll see what happens all together. Tampa Bay taking over at their own 36-yard line. 5 minutes to go before the break. Payne Durham is the motion man this time, the backup tight end. Mayfield going to check it down to his starting tight end, Cade Otton. And he'll collect that one, pick up 7 extra. Inside the 40-yard line. Oh boy, we got the FBI in chat. Everyone on your best behavior. Bucks are better. They've been playing better. Texans got the last score, though. Their defense has woken up. Looking to make another stop here. 2nd and 3 handoff is the Bucky Irving. Diving forward, head first, though. Dangerously. Fortunately, he is okay. And we'll settle for a 3rd and 1. Just one side, I want to see someone hit the O-line side end around. That would be hard. Arthur Smith special. That'd be hilarious. Texans looking to pitch their own 3 and out here on 3rd and 1, but Bucky Irving will extend the drive with a first down rush, his 6th. Bucky Irving going crazy here on the road. Still heavily carried in his yards per carry category by that explosive 63-yard touchdown, but you got to give the guy credit. How many running backs have that type of patience, especially this young? Just his 2nd year in the NFL. Tampa Bay expecting big things from him. And Rachaad White, little 2-headed monster in the Bay Area. Hand off for a low side pass, I should say, is to Emeka Egbuka. May as well be a handoff to this guy. The rookie has a sharp pair of hands. And maybe he's got an extra that Mike Evans can borrow. Not his proudest day on the rope. See if he gets targeted here, though. In press coverage is Kamari Lassiter on the veteran wide receiver. And future Hall of Famer. Baker Mayfield, slow exchange to Bucky Irving, punished. 2-yard tackle for loss for Lorenzo Fatukasi. Houston forces another 3rd down. Dislike Azeez Al-Shire, that's understandable. O-line, the old Jonnu Smith, and around to Tyler, whatever his name is, for 4 again, true. 3rd and a half dozen here for Tampa Bay. Once again, a pristine opportunity for a stop. From Houston's perspective, here's the rookie. Egbuka hangs on, but halfway home. Good tackle there by Jalen Petrie. Had eyes on the quarterback the entire time. And a big decision coming up here for Tampa. They will likely take until the other end of the 2-minute warning to decide, or maybe not. Might just be altogether incorrect. They will punt the football away. Riley Dixon gets this one away. It will land in the end zone. And we have hit the 2-minute warning from NRG Stadium. Houston with the only points so far in the quarter. Looking to add to it and tie it up before the break on Monday Night Football. Love Azeez is a former Niner. Realized last second how hard he was going to hit Lawrence and couldn't stop. I mean, it's a very awkward situation, but he shouldn't have put himself in that situation in the first place, if you ask me. So, I don't know the answer. Just kind of happens. 2-minute drill time for C.J. Stroud, a $158. All 3 timeouts. Pressure coming. Quick passes out there, and Jaden Higgins just falls down kind of awkwardly. Anticipating maybe getting hit by his teammate. And unfortunately, that is a bad trade-off. Time is going to come off, and yards not really accounted for. That puts C.J. Stroud into the no-huddle here. 1.5 minutes to go before halftime. Pass down the middle, caught by Collins, and he's dragged down. Terrific tackle from behind. As we break down the defense of Tampa Bay, Elijah Cansey, Logan Hall, Vita Vea, Greg Gaines make up the defensive line. Yaya Diaby, Anthony Walker, Levante David, Hassan Reddick at linebacker, Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, Tyke Smith, Rashad Wisdom, Antoine Winfield Jr., and Christian Izzian make up this defense. Pass downfield, knocked away, incomplete. Terrific effort by Reddick, right on cue. That was beautiful. Will they get Hassan Reddick? That's a great question. Just got to happen. Offseason has been very forgetful. But a lot happened, though. Tommy Townsend on for the punt. Houston goes 3 and out. Good kick, but again, opportunity for return. You can hear that crunch up here. Sounded like a chest plate. Bucky Irving returns to the field. Looking to deliver some more scares to defense. 55 seconds to go here. All 3 timeouts. Mixon not doing Poof any favors so far. You're correct. Quiet day for Joe Mixon. And really, he's been the only guy that has run the football. Kind of odd. Mayfield now 55 seconds and 3 timeouts of his own. Setting up a screen pass here to Bucky Irving, and his offensive lineman never got there for him. Timeout Tampa Bay. Back to the drawing board. To the pick right now. All right, save it in chat. Take a picture. Do something. I might lay mine out there in between games tonight. We'll see what happens. Depending on when this game ends is kind of depending on when the next stream will start. 9:30 sounds like a pretty good start time for right now, though. Buccaneers burn their first time out. Baker Mayfield goes right side, caught by Otten, and he's put on his backside after a 7-yard pickup to the 36. That was a very poor screen pass, wasn't it? Pathfinding AI on screen still sucks. Yeah, it does. O-linemen have always been terrible. Under 30 seconds snap. Quick snap taken by Mayfield. And he's going to fire this one left side up high. And Mike Evans climbs the imaginary ladder. 18-6 left. Tampa Bay takes their second timeout into enemy territory. Looking to get Chase McLaughlin a chance here to extend the lead before halftime. Buccaneers also receive the second half kickoff, a chance for a double dip, potentially. Once again, Mike Evans and Kamari Lassiter working one-on-one up top. Baker Mayfield going to fire this one, caught by his tight end, Cade Otten. Another 10-yard pickup. And Tampa Bay more than happy to give McLaughlin a 53-yard shot. And we'll burn a timeout with 4 seconds to go here. First and set. 14-7. May not last much longer. Same distance Will Reichard missed, though, before halftime a couple of days ago on Sunday Night Football. How exciting that game was. What are we ranking that game this year? Is it number 1? I feel like with the storyline, it has to be. Not sure there's anything better. Chase McLaughlin on for a 53-yarder. Looking to put Tampa up 10 before halftime. It's up, and it is good. 1 second remains, and we will have a kickoff, a kneel down, and that will bring up halftime. So let me get your live poll out here for you. The ever-famous Who Wins poll. Buccaneers up 10, getting the football before halftime. Or will the Houston Texans find a way to bring it back? I actually might start doing halftime polls and doing like live spreads type of thing. Could be interesting. And a return will be taken actually by Braxton Berrios, looking for a miracle. And maybe that miracle will have to wait until the second half because Houston might need it. Down by 10, giving up the football to Tampa Bay to open up the third quarter. Time was at 100% for a mere second at max. Good time to remind you guys to chat if you have not yet already. Drop a like on the stream. Game 1 of 2 this evening. Got the Chargers and the Raiders coming up at around 9:30 Eastern time. Near the conclusion of this one. Little AFC West battle as the Raiders still looking for their first sim win since 2023. Return up to the 28-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to go. If I'm not mistaken, their last win was on the Madden 24 debut stream against the Chicago Bears. That might be incorrect. Hopefully Arturo will be in attendance for that one. We will see. Second half is underway from NRG Stadium. Emeka Egbuka running lateral here as Mayfield with the pocket collapsing. He is spun down but finds his running back, turning something that could have been disastrous into something a little bit positive. Daniil Hunter took Baker Mayfield down. Tampa Bay minus 7.5. I think it's a fair line. I was actually thinking about 9.5 just because they get the ball to begin the second half. But no, I think 7.5 is a fair line. White picks up a yard. Bucky Irving right back in to replace him. Delayed exchange once again. Bucky Irving making a man miss and picking up 5. Another impressive carry from number 7. Shout out Bucky Irving. Break down the Buccaneer offense here. Mayfield at the helm still. Traskett back up. Irving, White, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Egbuka, Cade Otten, and Payne Durham. make up a star-studded offense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Four-man rush on 3rd and 4. Mayfield rolling left into pressure, and he's taken down by Danielle Hunter. Texans get home in a heat. Houston will get the football back. All they got to do is score, and we're right back within 1. Love to see it. More drama potentially brewing here. Texans going to send the house, and they are nowhere near a good enough special team type of play. Braxton Berrios on the fair catch at the 32-yard line. They will take it from here. C.J. Stroud, shaky opening half, got it going though after his interception. Bouncing back with a huge touchdown drive. And Houston's defense also doing pretty well since that point, only giving up the field goal at the end of the half. To their credit. Buccaneers try to make C.J. Stroud look silly again. Christian Kirk, nice move made, cuts inside, picks up 6 up to the 38. A-Rod and his jokes. Let's hear it. We gotta know who we got right here, right now. Who's throwing the interception, A-Rod? Stroud from the empty, 5 wide for Houston. Pass right back down the middle. Caught by the rookie. Actually, this is Christian Kirk. Back-to-back receptions. Ball moves to the 45-yard line. 2.5 gone by here in the 3rd quarter. Quick game going by. So get your live votes in now on the Who Wins poll. Mixon stands to the right side of Stroud this time. Does not get the handoff. CJ under his own belt. Picks up 9 more, finding Collins. 3rd consecutive completion for Stroud. Starting to piece together something nice here. All CJ wants is a healthy offense. Whether it's the O-line, whether it's his wide receiver core, wants to get back to what could have been. Fullback in the game here, Houston in the I formation for the first time today. But Stroud right back off the play action. Stepping into this one, and he is taken down, but near the line to gain. He'll pick up a half yard, no sack. And I'm BTJ too. Okay, what do we got for points here? Almost with Travis Hunter, nearly. 3rd down at about a half yard here for Houston. Stroud looking to fire this one. 5th consecutive patch is caught, and that is Isaiah Higgins. Jaden Higgins, my apologies. Another catch for the Iowa State Cyclone. Under 6 to go now in the 3rd quarter. Sacked for a gain of 18 inches, seems to be right. Houston on the move once again. Up to the Tampa Bay 33. Little dunk down pass here is caught by Nico Collins. And I will say this game has been relatively boring. We haven't seen a lot of explosive passes. Kind of surprises me. With guys like Baker Mayfield and C.J. Stroud, 2 quarterbacks that seem to thrive off the play action and bootleg. Have not seen nearly enough of those two taking risks downfield. Will I crack the code, though? Been a diligent march here from Houston. See if they can keep the pieces of the puzzle together. Stroud going left side, hauled in by Collins through the big hit. And it looks like we have an injury. Who is it? Nico Collins. And the injuries just continue to stack up for Houston. Tank Dell will not be with the team until at least the middle of October. Likely longer, in all likelihood. A-Rod called that one too. Hospital ball. It really was, wasn't it? Through the contact, through the injury, he held on though. Got to give the guy credit. Texans going to have to move without their wide receiver 1. Nico Collins and Tank Dell now no longer with the offense. Here is a bootleg pass for Stroud. Stepping up this time. He will find positive yardage and nearly a devastating hit taken after a 7-yard pickup. Pretty good at predicting spreads. Y'all like my joke? I didn't see it. Oh, we're doing live spreads now? I missed the joke. Must have not seen that one. 3 tight ends in the game here for Houston. Stroud, though, looking to fire this one down the middle, hauled in, complete to Christian Kirk. Gonna have to play hero. The lone standing wide receiver in the top 3. Chat reading his joke now. Oh, I like your joke. I see it. Goal to go situation. Houston trying to bring us back within a score. Down by 10. CJ Stroud stepping right, evading pressure. Fires that one incomplete. Veteran move. What up, Souls? Welcome to the stream. Texans 2 yards away from a 3-point game here at home. Battle of the unbeatens. Neither team losing in week 1. On the road both ways. Will Joe Mixon finally see the football on 2nd and goal? Yes, he will. Up the middle and into the end zone. Houston right back in it. Big time rush. I like what it did there. Hang on. Number 28 getting going. Breaks the plane and breaks the tackle and route. So a big 6 points for the Houston Texans. Much needed. Shout out big time rush. Live spread Tampa by 3. We're going flat lines here. I like it. I would go Tampa by 3.5 personally. I like what you're doing there though. 3:30 or 3:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. The extra point coming up here for Kaimi Fairbairn. It's on the way and it is good. 11 play, 68-yard drive in just under 5 minutes for Houston. Houston at home. That's why it's -3. Oh, minus. Well, it would be Houston. Yeah, I got you. We'll catch you in a little bit here, Chuck. Comeback, definitely possible. I wouldn't rule it out at all. Why would we? I mean, a 10-point deficit, nothing we haven't seen before. At least I believe so. Kickoff is going to be returned from inside the 10-yard line. Up to the 25, and Houston's defense looking to make another stop. Baker Mayfield looking to deny that, if at all possible. Going to have to make some headway. With a deep pass or 2 potentially. Would at least raise some intrigue in this game. Would be fun to see. Might just stick to what's been working. Although as of late, it has been a hard watch. Just 3 points since the opening quarter. Mayfield off the play action, going deep and right on cue. There's Emeka Egbuka in space and into enemy territory. The catch and run for number 9 up to the 42. It's a good play. We'll take that. We get a touchdown here? We might. Maybe, just maybe. First and 10 again here for Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving going to act as a receiver. Mayfield hit as he fires down the field, but he connects anyway. What a throw from number 6. Ball to the 12-yard line. Sterling Shepard, but Baker Mayfield, that is 325 pounds of weight on his left hip, and he unleashes one anyway. Tampa Bay looking to slam the door shut on any potential comeback. Mayfield off the bootleg with a sore left shoulder. Fires to the end zone and wide open. Mike Evans completes a terrific Tampa Bay drive. Wow, that was beautiful. It has gone dead silent once again at NRG Stadium. Monday Night Football starting to become something of an intrigue for the Overwatchers. Mike Evans. Prime time Mike. Getting going. What do you want Baker to still be your QB at this point? Yes. Of all the receivers, they leave Mike Evans wide open, right? Come on now. I know he dropped the pass earlier, but come on, man. Extra point all the way, and it is good. 1 minute drive in 3 plays. That was the explosive offense I was asking for. And it seems we're getting just as we desire. Good stuff there. 2:43 to go in the third period. Still plenty of time for a comeback. I wouldn't rule it out just yet. And a reminder for those of you still with me in stream, we got the Chargers and Raiders coming up at 9:30. Don't go anywhere. Refill your popcorn. Set it right back down into your seat while it's warm. Braxton Berrios saw the return from his own 4-yard line this time, and he is swallowed whole at the 23. Seems like his returns are just getting further and further toward his own end zone. Joe Mixon, just 5 carries today, none of which have been very emphatic. Did have the touchdown rush, though, on his previous touch. Shout out Texans red uniforms. Yeah, they are a spectacle. I think I would use that word to describe it. Best color rush in the NFL today. Good take. Houston Texans right back down by 10. Stroud with a handoff to Mixon, taken down immediately. 1-yard pickup that time. Never stood a chance. Nothing going up. Nothing going down. Nothing going anywhere in the right direction. Or this Houston offense right now on the ground. Hard watch for sure. Might be relying too much on C.J. Stroud. And he's going to take a read option, show off his legs, and honest to goodness, not getting him very far. Vita Vea read that one the whole way. Still the scariest player in the NFL. What up, EG Pro? Any predictions on what LAC's new alternates will be? Hopefully they include a lightning bolt somewhere. That would be pretty cool. We'll see. 2 rushes for 2 yards, and now C.J. Stroud going to uncork one downfield, and right back from injury, Nico Collins dominating. Fell to the 44-yard line. I didn't even have any idea he was back in. But here we go. A spark has been lit in Houston. A few weeks short of 4th of July. Might be getting that a bit early. Formation completely changed here for Houston. Stroud seeing something he likes potentially. In a broken formation, little underneath ball hauled in by Higgins, and he's got first down yardage with a pickup of 13. Huge catch coming back from injury. Final minute of the third quarter. Texans right back within scoring range, looking to bring us back within at least 7. They have potentially a field goal once again. Definitely could happen. Stroud happy to have his wide receiver 1 back out there on the field with him. That is for certain. Extra blitzers coming. Screen passes out there. Penalty marker down. Joe Mixon picking up 8 yards. And a late hit out of bounds as well. Couple of markers down, and this is going to work in favor of Houston. 12-yard roughing the passer. I do not remember any of those letters in that specific order. Can't lie. Huge, though. Penalty will propel Houston back inside the red zone. Looking for back-to-back touchdown drives, and Mixon going backward. Lavonte David. 3 different Buccaneers, actually, in the backfield immediately. Logan Hall and Vita Vea were the other 2. Huge play. Significant loss will take us to the 4th quarter. Texans down by 10, threatening, though. Here in front of their home fans, decked out in a sea of red. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Stroud off the play action on 2nd and 15. Steps right, fires end zone. Caught by Nico Collins. And he is good to go. Touchdown, Houston. What a drive. Huge drives here from C.J. Stroud. And he is really finding his groove at home in week number 2. It was 3 signs held up during a Browns game. Oh, yeah. I do know what you're talking about now. Yeah, it seems very realistic. 4th quarter showdown. It's getting to become one again. When are we going to do Bills-Dolphins Week 3 game? I don't know if you've heard Buffalo's wearing their red helmets. I will try to get those in there if I can. I'm not sure if that's even an option in Madden 25. Extra point up and good there from Fairbairn. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow night. So once again, your Week 3 pick'em due tomorrow at 8 p.m. Making sure everybody is aware. So we get those in. Let me check real quick to see if anybody submitted one while I was in stream. I mentioned earlier we had 24, still a 24 total, which is more than okay. See if we have any 50-50 splits. I see one right here. Broncos-Chargers at 12 apiece. A lot of close games, though. Buccaneers taking back over. Lead reduced down to 3 once again. Opening fourth quarter drive for Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield looking for a clutch game-winning drive here. Looking for a long 6-minute touchdown drive if possible. Might want to rely on Bucky Irvin a bit more here. Wouldn't blame him. He's at a tailback here to open up the fourth quarter. Mayfield, though, flat-footed from the pocket, fires this one. A lot of power, and he will find Chris Godwin on a comeback route for 19. Could have asked for a better start to this drive. Tampa Bay really putting the pedal to the metal. Hugh Jackson Brown's first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, it's a very fair recollection to have. I can't blame you. Mayfield from under center will hand this one off to Bucky Irving, bouncing it around side, climbing the sideline, picks up 8 on his 9th rush, over 9 a carry. If it is fixed tonight, I will try my best to remember. Should be able to. I might feed him, like I said, in between games, if it sticks with me. 8-yard pickup on the 9th carry from Bucky Irving. And here's rush number 10 up the middle and upended a 1-yard gain. Jalen Petrie has been alive and well in the backfield. Had a sack earlier. Has had a couple of big tackles in the box. And he is really playing the role of the underneath safety. See if he can perfect it here. 4 Texans on the line of scrimmage here. Will they bring an extra blitzer with the linebackers? Cade out in the motion man. Baker Mayfield off the play action inside. Caught by Mike Evans. Drive continues. Into field goal range for Chase McLaughlin. And his kick before halftime right now, the difference maker. Thought he was going for a one-handed catch there. Maybe changed his mind. Cannot blame him. Wants to secure it, if possible. Run a heavy formation again. Bucky Irving going left side, and he is taken down after 4. Another good tackle from Kamari Lassiter. Houston been doing a lot better job wrapping up in the backfield. For the pride of the pick'em, who's going to win it this week? Devontae Pride, I think, is the leading favorite. Could be a lot of big results coming out of this doubleheader this evening. And off to Irving again, and he's set backward after he finds the 30-yard line. Huge third down coming up here. What will we see? Would be a 47-yarder for McLaughlin, but a field goal does not do them too much help here. It is rocking inside of NRG Stadium. The Lone Star State showing up for the Houston Texans. Baker Mayfield on 3rd and 4 checks it down, but a yard short, a decision to make. Cade Otton hauled that one in, got both feet down. Couldn't extend the football, though. Nice angles played there by Houston. I'm going for this all day long. Tampa Bay, though, will not. Field goal unit sent out there. 44 yards away. McLaughlin will double the advantage. 27-21. Houston with a chance to take their first lead of the game. And this is a dangerous fourth quarter team. Don't forget last week as well. They were down in the fourth quarter. C.J. Stroud with the game-winning rushing touchdown. And their defense forced the interception on Matthew Stafford on 4th down to close out the game. Might be a similar story in the making here, potentially. 6:40 left in regulation. Return taken by the Houston Texans out to the 26-yard line. C.J. Stroud looking for a legacy drive 74 yards away from the end zone. Will he have it? What are we thinking? Should be close. Field goal, not out of the equation either. Houston just looking to keep up with the scoring here. Formation completely changed as C.J. Stroud trying to pick out an open target. Wide open, Dalton Schultz underneath. Pays the price, though, for sitting down. Can't take a seat too easily unless you're Tyler Lockett. You just sit down after every hit you take, or prevent yourself from taking every hit. Got to be the healthiest wide receiver in NFL history, potentially. Dalton Schultz has had a very quiet evening. Picks up 7 there, though, and right back to him on cue. Back-to-back completions and a first down. Spelledico bomb? Could happen. Stroud strike could be intact here. We are getting closer and closer toward the midway point. It's getting real here in Houston. Stroud goes from shotgun to under center. And he will drop back, 5-step drop, quick pass down the middle. Finding Nico Collins, 6-yard pickup for the Michigan Wolverine. What up, Leon Trey? 19 votes in right now, 63% in favor of Tampa Bay. A lot of belief, though, in Houston. 32% of votes, and of course, Chili's infamous tie vote will never change. At the midway point now of the fourth quarter. Deep drop back for Stroud. He will fire on the run, complete. And again, it's Dalton Schultz. Tight end having a huge drive. Second first down reception. Been a very back and forth game for the most part, though. Tampa Bay has been in control from the first quarter. Texans just won't go away, though. On the cusp of field goal range. Does them no good right now. Down by 6 points. Still looking for their first lead of the game. Outside pass hauled in by Schultz. His fourth catch this drive. Picks up 6 more. What, I've got to rip it? Yeah, movements are very distracting. I would agree. I don't even think this game is that good at graphics either, personally. What up, Flash Gordon? No, the Bucs are not ready to write. Fair enough. We are now under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Extra blitz are coming. Nice catch made there by Higgins. Jaden Higgins, another huge catch to the approval of D'Amico Ryans. Into the 70s for once. That's shocking. Did not know that. I did not. Another big conversion for C.J. Stroud. Handoff goes to Mixon. Taken down by Hassan Reddick. Speak of the devil. Picks up a yard. Limiting Bucky Irving as best as they can. Ever since his second carry. Went for a 63-yard touchdown in the opening quarter. Houston right now, maybe a little bit too comfortable, but they are loving being in possession of the football, but not for long. C.J. Stroud is intercepted, and this might just go all the way. Stroud looking to make a tackle, and he does, all the way at the 13. Antoine Winfield Jr. might have just called game. Wow. And the Buccaneer defense appears to have slammed the door shut on Houston. A potential comeback erased with the INT from Antoine Winfield Jr. Night's in the chat. Why not? My voice is already going. Game 2 is going to be fun. Night's all around. 2:51 to go in the fourth quarter. And Tampa Bay already in prime position to take a 2-score lead. Why not them? Bucky Irving looking for his second touchdown today. Left side handoff, and he will find his seam up the sideline inside the 10. 4-yard gain. Might have to go grab another bottle. I'm not even halfway through this one, though. The vocal cords can replenish. Rest assured. Winfield came out of nowhere for that. He sure did. Not a good pass there from Stroud. Not going to lie. Second INT today as well. Lightning appears to have not struck twice as the Texans' fourth quarter comeback seems to be in jeopardy. After that, INC. 3 on the plate clock. Mayfield taking this one under his own wing, stepping left, firing out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Kind of important there before the 2-minute warning. Going to end the live poll right here. 19 votes and 63% were in favor of the Buccaneers. Probably a fair shout, given the time earlier. One more play here before the 2-minute warning. Mayfield trying to get Tampa Bay back into the end zone, and wide open Mike Evans collects his second. That might just do it. Huge TD before the 2-minute warning, and he thinks he delivered the knockout punch. That's a tough celebration, can't lie. John Jones retired today, by the way, for my UFC fans. That's pretty crazy. Aspinall now the undisputed champion. Bucks will go 4-2. Tampa Bay looking to go up the full 14 here. Hand off to Irving up the middle, and he is stopped short. Did not get there. So now I got to check scoregami because 33-21 seems obscure, but how often? 15 times, most recently 2021. Bills 33, Patriots 21. Interesting. Well, my intrigue bone is scratched. 2 to go. Texans trail by 12. Can anything go correctly for him? I don't know. Davis Mills might have to get the warm-up after the C.J. Stroud performance today. It's just not really delivered on its promise. It's been ugly. Go to Texans as reverse psychology. There you go. Smart man. Why go for 2? I mean, if you're going to run the football, it's fine. Going up the full 14. Barrios on the return. And finally, picks up an extra yard from his previous one. Takes 4 seconds, though. We have a $1:56 to go. And all 3 timeouts for Houston. Kind of hoping Stroud just turns it over again so we can go home quicker. But I say go home as if we're not headed straight to Allegiant Stadium. For game 2 of our doubleheader, Justin Herbert taking on Geno Smith in an AFC West battle. Stroud here from the empty. Looking to uncork a deep one or two as he will heave this one with all of his might down the field and open, but incomplete. Trying to figure out who that even was that was left that wide open. Christian Kirk, I do believe. Take 2 potentially here from Houston. You may as well. Mixon likely won't see the football much more on the ground, at least. C.J. Stroud will fire this one to the 50-yard line. Dalton Schultz out in space. Out of bounds as well. Okay. Tight ends pick it up pretty quick here. Got to respect that. I got to give that one some fair credit. I called him out earlier for not being involved, and yet here he is. Minute 41 to go. Clock is stopped. A couple of backs in the backfield. There's Nick Chubb's first sighting today as Mixon picks up nothing. Finally get to see him on the football field. Gonna get a little Burkhardt interception cadence here. Intercepted. Gotta be one of my favorite calls right now. Great commentator. Nick Chubb was in for just one play. Right back to Joe Mixon. Stroud going to fire this one. Caught for the first down by Collins. He'll pick up 10. Timeout taken by Houston. Chargers Raiders after this, and then we begin week 3 tomorrow night. So get that pick 'em in on the entree. Come back for game 2. Can't wait for Herbert to line it up. We'll see. Needing a Jay Herbo legacy game. He played very well last week in that upset win in Brazil over the Chiefs, 34-20, the final score there. Nice little 9-day break for the LA Chargers, though, as they look to get the victory on the road. Marker down. This will be defensive pass interference to the dismay of Levante David, who celebrates anyway. I love it. One of my favorite things in the NFL is players celebrating, not knowing they were called for a penalty. And then the moment of realization, and they're like, shucks. All too funny. Man, I miss football. We are about a month out, though, from the Hall of Fame game. Crazy to think about that. But it's true. Three linebackers set here for Tampa Bay. One will blitz, and that is a collection for Jaden Higgins, having himself quite the nice evening. Unlike most Houston Texans on the offensive end, wide receivers have eaten well. Stroud has delivered passing yardage, just not a very good touchdown to interception ratio. That's for certain. Tampa Bay looking for another sack here. They will not find it. Nico Collins picks up the first down. What up, Luco? 59-6 of the clock. Loki hoping for like a 2-yard pickup here, and then clock winding down. I don't think Houston's going to have an opportunity. I mean, they'll have the onside kick, I suppose, but the odds of that, heavily unlikely. Stroud with a 5-step drop once again. Sets his feet, fires this one down the middle, caught by Mixon, 3-yard pickup, and I approve. Bucs always go 2-0. You know they seem to, don't they? Yeah, Stroud 2 picks, and they've given up touchdowns off both. Matter of the Mixon stats, gotcha. Houston into the no huddle. Final 30 seconds here from NRG Stadium, and a little tightrope back in the back of the end zone for Collins for the touchdown. Not done yet. What up, Ocean Tide? You're late for this one, but early for the next one. Doubleheader stream tonight, no problem. Right to the extra point we go. We have got an onside kick to deal with. Stat padding, potentially. I just feel like we're due for an onside kick, man. Is this the game? Does it happen here? Extra point here for Kyvie Fairbairn. Trying to bring us back within 5. It is up and it is good. Texans close the gap once again. Yes, sir. Got the Chargers and Raiders coming up in a handful of minutes. It's probably going to be a 9:30 kickoff. I think that's what I'm about to shoot for here. Yeah, a little AFC West battle to end week number 2. Also, the week 3 pick comes out, Doja time. Could the onside still fail? Honestly, even if they do fail, at least it'll keep us interested until the very last snap. We'll see it, though. One onside kick recovered in 4 years in sim history. Fairbairn looking for number 2. He will have to wait. Egbuka, the rookie, scoops it up, stays on his feet, but he will end the game here. Disappointing. What's even worse is Houston has 2 timeouts, so they're going to take them both. Before we get to end this one, a good time to use the bathroom in between games. Got a bad feeling about the onside kick. Bucs went for 2 to avoid the onside kick. True. I suppose that's a fair point, but rest assured, Tampa Bay going to hang on here and get the job done. Baker Mayfield into victory formation. 1 second gone, 1 timeout gone. Houston getting greedy. It's just never going to happen now, is it? Hurting the rushing yards of Baker Mayfield, who had himself quite the afternoon. 2 passing touchdowns and led a couple of big drives down the stretch. He'll take his second victory formation kneel down. And Houston will take their final timeout. Thank goodness. Thank goodness gracious. Look, you've been playing a lot of Rocket League recently. I haven't played that game in a while. I haven't really played games a ton recently, to be fair. Could be doing better in that department, but it is what it is. And here we go. Final kneel down to be taken. And as you would have it, Baker Mayfield, the Buccaneers, going to get the job done on the road. Love to see it for old Baker. Time is going to run out, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 2-0. They win both games on their road stand. 33-28 here, the final from NRG Stadium. Texans fall to 1-1. We will flash the Joe Mixon stats real quick. See what he did on the rushing and receiving end. 8 for 13 with a touchdown, and he had 3 catches for 11 yards. Not a very big game from him. Kind of a dud for the fantasy owners. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Get you right back here in just about 20 minutes for the kickoff of the Chargers